Ladies and gentlemen, American Enduring Bulldog Nation, we just had two stops, back-to-back days, one in Mayfield, Kentucky, and one in Hopkinsville, Kentucky, the far west for my team. Unfortunately, I could not attend the Mayfield event. However, my team went. I communicated to those present by video, and my team had a great visit with some people and had some great conversations with some real leaders from that area who are on my team. And then yesterday I went to Hopkinsville. Our team went to Hopkinsville, and we had lunch. By the way, these are low-key, you sit down and have lunch with me. They're not like the big Freedom Fest that we have. You know, these are lunches. Some people work, can't meet us for lunch. But these are low-key events with not a lot of people. But you don't need a lot of people to get a sample of what's going on, and you talk to them and you ask questions. These are not freedom, and I'm going to do a whole bunch of these. I'm doing a lot of them in Northern Kentucky because they're close, but we're going to just keep adding events. So that's what these are all about. And I want to let you know some things that I've learned from the two events, both being reported to me and then myself yesterday. It's clear as day that the response from the state and federal government to the Mayfield area tornadoes, the Western Kentucky tornadoes, is abysmal. And the way they're focusing on using money to like build new jails versus take care of the people. I'm going to get, somebody yesterday is going to send me an email detailing some things relative to what's going on in Dawson Springs, but it's really sad. Number two, I got a real good kick out of the fact that some of the elderly people that I met completely are okay. Now just think about it, these are people 80 years old, 70 years old, that they understand medicinal cannabis. I think that's very interesting. They have an issue and they want to know more about how we would actually do recreational cannabis, but they're on board with medicinal cannabis. I think that's pretty interesting. You know, 80-year-old men and women understand why there should be medicinal cannabis. It felt great to talk to a union worker yesterday where he said, well, how do you feel about unions? And look him square in the eye and say, I'm for unions, workers. I'm for all workers. I said, just because there's union leadership that leads a union astray, it's like saying we shouldn't like the Teamsters because Jimmy Hoffa was corrupt. There are some industries that just by history are union workers. And I think I'm the only one running for governor that's saying that and can say that. If you're a union worker in Kentucky and you're a Republican or Democrat, I'm your guy. It's also clear as day that it's jobs, 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 jobs. It's economic, that takes care of everything. I got some tough questions about the opiates situation, and one of the things that I stressed there is it's clear to me that we have to do everything that we can do to support, and I told him some real personal stories. I got choked up telling some stories, but I told him, I said, you know, economic success of a family, in my opinion, reduces the probability of so many problems. You know, the economic viability of a family changes everything. Now, by the way, you can have a good economic family and you still have problems, but it's the probabilities that you play. You reduce drug dependency, you reduce opiate issues, you reduce everything. The stronger the family is economically, it's less likely to veer off course. Of course, we all know the opiate epidemic, that people were taking prescription medications which led. And I had shared a personal story about that. Prison reform. They all understood my idea of shorting prison sentences for nonviolent prisoners, maxing out prison sentences of 20 or 25 years. Life imprisonment makes no sense at all. And my support of the death penalty. Heard some unbelievable stories about how inflation, a couple, one's disabled, one is on Social Security, and they said sometimes at the end of the month they only have $3 or $4 left. And how inflation is just, and how families do it. And then I'm going to do a separate video about, because I talked to them about caring, and it's one of the things that got me choked up talking to these people. You have to be some kind of bad human being to listen to a disabled and Social Security couple talk about struggling with inflation and not be moved by it and want to do something about it. By the way, one of the things, and I'll end with this, is she talks about how she could go out and work a little extra job, but then she works the money, the government takes that money back of what they give him. And I've dealt with that for so long with subrogation and everything else. It's just, in any way you try to improve yourself, the government or insurance companies are all there to make it more difficult for you. It's just sad. People wonder why there's an underground economy. This is the bulldog. Every dog has their day. Western Kentucky, let's shoot straight with this. Comer supporting Kraft. Qualls is trying to say he's the agriculture guy. Folks, I'm going to be the best governor for every region of the state of Kentucky, including Western Kentucky. And as far as the agriculture thing, you know what? He can do a video with him getting on a tractor and driving around. I will guarantee you I have farmed 15,000 times more than Ryan Qualls has. I still have calluses. Ryan Qualls, his family farm, I think, was a vegetable farm. I bet you Ryan Qualls did not put up tobacco. He claims he put up hay. All I'm telling you is I can out-farm Ryan Qualls any day of the week. So Western Kentucky, vote for me.